Hi everyone, I am Margo, a tarot reader. Today we are doing a personal reading for a client. As always, prior to the recording, we call on to the universe with my client's personal information because they remain private at all times, whether it's a reading and or a ritual. I want to give thanks to you and to my clients and my viewers. If you are new, welcome. Subscribe, like, and share if you like. And if you're interested in any consultation, please email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or Facebook Margo Tarot Reader. And I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, so I have already shuffled the cards, but I feel the need to do it one more. Thank you. Let's see. I am going to start. What do the angels want us to do in this very moment? Who would you like us to start with? Okay. Let's start with you. Okay. Let's start with your interest. Funny thing is that I saw it earlier as I was shuffling through. Let's see what they would like us to predict or to let you know or to advise. As always, predictions can and are allowed to change. If you align yourself emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in all aspects with the physical self and the higher self. Certain predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you are supposed to walk in this earthly world in the vessel that you're in at this time. So when it comes to your job, it doesn't look bad for me, okay? And we discussed this prior to the recording here. What I would suggest is if the pay is higher, why not? There are sometimes we have to do little minor sacrifice in order to get something that it suits us the most. I hope you're understanding by me saying that, okay? What I also want to say is that, I apologize, I'm trying to align the camera here. Not when we are offered a certain position at our job, it's actually better for us because not only when you decide to move further down into your career, you have something to back on as reference, okay? If the pay is much better, I would suggest take it. It will be better for you, okay? Now, I want to see the other thing. Okay, here it is. As well as the other thing that you were telling me, I also feel that it is a good thing as well. Okay, now with this is, and I do have a lot of clients that work from home. I do have a lot of clients that, they start their own little business from home. And it's a new version, it's a new age kind of thing. And I definitely like this for now. And I say this for now because you can have something to fall back on your days off, when you're off, on your extra time, and you make your own schedule for your own clients. And it feels to me that it's a good way to start the next phase of your life. And by that I mean do not quit what you have right now, but also do not quit what you have also learning right now. Okay, what you're studying will never go away. It is something that will always be there, for uh, uh, it is a beauty uh, career that you want to go into. So I like that. Um, let's see. I feel that you probably thought of what else you can do besides that. I'm not sure if makeup was one of the things, because I keep seeing like brushes. Um, what else can it be around beauty? Look into that because I feel that that would also be good for you. Okay. Yep, absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna give you an example. A lot of people nowadays they pay a lot of money just to get their nails done, to get designs done, and and they will travel if they have to the person that does the best nails for them, the person that does it the way they like it. Okay, it's it's. I feel that it's a positive outcome for you in either or. Okay, it just you wanting to set the road for that. Okay. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, I do see, and again, we'll check this Libra out later. But when it comes to you in your aspects, you're wondering, if and when, uh, with this person, would it even invest the time? Is it worth investing the time in? Okay. Um, how I see this for me is that I feel you're having your hopes kind of wishing for, wanting to, you know what I mean? And and I'm going to say this as well, okay? It is not an insult, but when we intend to like someone more, we intend to lower our guards, and we intend to be more free um, with that person. And sometimes because of that, we kind of go easy on them, or we are easy with, you know what I mean, sexually or any otherwise. And it's a good thing, but it turns out to be a bad thing because we lower our guards, and therefore it's kind of like if they already taste the cookie, why would they have to be begging for the cookie or do anything else for the cookie once they already had it? Plain and simple. Um, and it's almost in that way that I see here between you and this Libra. I would definitely uh, be more tough because you have that in your side now. Now you can be more demanding. Um, like I said, it's always a good and a bad thing. When you give someone a sample of it and you know what you're worth in that relationship, then you have a way to also fall back in. You know, there is a certain, um, I better not say. Um, Sometimes, and I'm gonna twist it in a bit. I'm gonna say that sometimes when you intend to date someone before you marry them, then you intend to be all fruitful with the relationship and the intimacy, and then once you marry them, after the year and a half or three, it sours down and there is no more intimacy in the relationship. So a lot of the time will cause the factor of men go and cheat, and I'm not going to say what raises that, but that's very very much so common to that. Okay. um and so, and then when they want something is when they give the cookie, when holidays are coming in, or when they want something that is worth the money, then they give the cookie. Even though you're married, it shouldn't be that way. It is what it is, but to each his own. So and you can use that as an example. If you know your worth within this relationship with this person, then tie up the cookies and do the do's and don'ts. I think it's time. It's been a very very long time. And we, like I said, we're going to see him next. But in this situation between you and him, you say the things you want to this person, but yet you're giving the cookie. So therefore, you're giving them something that they like in return for their bad behavior. Okay, and so therefore they're not going to change. Also, I also feel that in this situation, he's also coming around because he still wants and feels that he has possession over you. And that it's almost like to keep a leash on you, and also to know that you're not going to be seeing anybody, and also um, hoping that because of it, you will lower, whatever it is that he's doing for you monetarily. Okay. Um, and I said, we're going to see him in his spread, but this is what I'm sensing already in his energy. When I see certain narrow energies within the spread, it lets me know that, he has put a hold in your life. He has stamped on your life to the point where you have not improved in the best way that you should have by now. You have a certain um, criteria in your life that you were supposed to mend by now, and you have not, due to this relationship, because I feel that your energy was, and I don't want to say wasted in it, but uh, put aside basically, because of it. And it does happen. There are relationships or friendships or however that certain people seem to be the vampire in the relationship, where they suck the energy out of you. Okay, for their own goods and needs. It happens every day in a lifestyle, where we work, where we meet, who we sleep with, etc. In this situation, it's between you and him. Okay. um I don't know necessarily if your living arrangements have changed already, because we're looking at that if they have not, between now and next year, they would change to the point where you want to move probably to a bigger place, or uh, um, it just shows like a potential move within now and a year. Okay. um Transportation, something about transportation, it's also giving me an advice on that. Make sure that your vehicle has been maintained. Okay. um there is someone here that, from friend to relationship. Okay, that there is that possibility if you are inclined to do so. It's here. It shows as a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, someone arising for you. um Maybe it's a friend of yours, or maybe through friends you meet this person. Either way, it shows here, or through your work environment, like you go to work and you meet someone there. Okay, it shows in different factors, so there might be a potential of someone else as well in the same direction that I gave you. Okay, but for now we're looking at a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, someone arising. um it feels to me that you are talking to someone right now. If not, you will be in a short time. It can be the same Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Horizon, and or Libra, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Rising. The reason why this Libra wanted to come in my mouth is because he wants to say no, it's not happening. Okay, so he is not. Uh, for as long as he is in your life, in the sexual, in a window, uh, he will always have a say in your relationship, and that is not because and again, that's because you allow it. Okay, and I will tell you this, and I will say his spread, but for now, as we see it, I do not see any concrete relationship between you and him. He's a come and go kind of person. um you question whether or not he truly loves you. And I like that, because that means that you're awakening to the truth, or whatever may be in the moment, in the shoes that you're walking with him. It means that now you're questioning, did he love you, or did he ever love you, or does he love you now, or is he just using you, or is he just being possessive? And I feel that it's all the above. because it tells me that he loved you once, loves you here and there, and loves the way he can control you. Okay. And so therefore he is more of an obsessive person, controlling person, somewhat you too. But um, his love for you is not in the directional way that you would want someone to be, because by now you would think that he will be more mature. You would think that by now he would know that it's time to settle. It's time to be a man. It's time to be a father figure. I mean, he is giving wrong examples to his children, and so are you. I apologize, but it is the reality to the degree. To the degree. When it comes to your love compartment, you want to show children that they have a will, that they have their own life to choose, um, that they should not let anybody run them down, not even the person that you love. And so you have improved tremendously, since you started coming to me. And we always have room for improvement. Always remember that. And you keep going. You've fallen down and you keep getting up. I love to see that in my clients. I love to see that they're not giving up, that they're struggling, making ends in one way or another, but yet they fucking get up and go out there and get it and rise their damn head up and be proud of it, and that is you. That is you. You have that potential. You have that given, that strength. So, because you have all these things, you should not let this person drag it down. Enough is enough. And I feel that you are seeing that now, that you are finding that way. I can, and I have through the years said and said and said and said. But it is the fact that when a client is not ready, then it's not ready. I am no one to judge, and I do not judge you in any kind of way. No, no, no. No one, not even the priest or the pope, should be judging. Only the higher self. And when you're ready to do what is necessary for you to be joyous, to be happy in your choices, no matter what, and to stop in any kind of way you're suffering, then so be it. That's the time that is given. uh I have had it to where I keep telling clients certain things because of what I see, and therefore the guys are just giving me the right advices for the client. But if you're not ready, then you need to keep going and walk on those shoes for as long as you feel the need to, until you're done and go and ready to go, to let go. Okay. And this is what we see in you. And when I say we, it is I and the higher self of the guys, that you are a child that likes to be taught the lesson, heavy, to feel that pain or that joy in a magnitude where other people do not. The minute it strikes them, they decide to walk away. Some, you can call that, if you will, some are weak and some are strong. It doesn't matter, because the weak can be strong and the strong can be weak, depending on each individual circumstances. Okay. But you have that strength within you, to decide now. You are feeling more control of your life. You are feeling a little bit more togetherness. And I also feel that, he is noticing those things. He is noticing that you're rising from the ashes almost. Um, but for now, in this spread, we'll see his again. I do not see any stable relationship with him. He could lie to you and say, I'm working on it. Give me a chance. Let's see what happens. In the meantime, let's continue what we're doing, and then let's see what happens. Or get me off of this, and I will do just that. Trust me on that. Do not fall for it. A man, a true man that needs to have supportive actions toward their children would not say that. A true walking man that loves his children no matter what, that does not use any other innuendos to get what they want, would not be using or doing the things that they're doing. Okay? They will walk right and say, if I need to pay this, more than happy to do so because they are my children. Anything else extra, go ahead. But the man that does not, it's only because they're being selfish, they're thinking about themselves, their own goodwill, and also how to manipulate the situation to their doing. He knows that you still love him. He knows that you're willing to put up. He knows all these things. So therefore, he comes right back in because he knows. Be wise. You have been going through this for quite some time, and I feel that you're contemplating, and I feel that it's going to take a little longer, but hopefully not. You never know. May is a very foretelling month for the whole humanity, including the earth itself, and you never know. The least of unexpected things can happen, okay, in reference to your decisions. But when it comes to him, I do not see him settling in, okay? I do not see him settling in with you. I feel that he will continue to be back and forth um, in his way of being. Okay. So, if you are living with a roommate, that's big if. I will say that they're not too happy with someone coming into the living arrangement or living conditions, meaning they might not like this person in and out of the home. Okay. Or it simply means that someone that likes you or cares for you does not like this person for you because they see that person through them. You know what I mean? Like they see someone that is not good coming at you. That intuition kind of thing, if you will, or because they know his lifestyle. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's see him more so than anything. Okay. I felt that if there was a question that you asked, is there anything that I can do if I wanted him? How can I do anything? Yeah, I believe so. There's always a will for anything. There's always a will. Let's see. Okay, well, let's see. They are jumping and they are ready. There's still that concern about his family member that they really do not see eye to eye with you, and they still do not like you whatsoever. Okay? That will always be a problem for as long as he lets them step in him. There's still that issue of whether or not to still do some type of legal things against you from his family, him, and you. Okay? Is he faithful? I would have to say no. hate to say it, but he is having the cake and eating it too. Sometimes he thinks about uh, maybe for a slight chance, when he's on his good days, do I want to come back? Do I want to be with her? Sometimes, on a very slim, okay? Um, but I feel there's so much damage in the energy between you and him that it is just, it's not going to be as successful or successful, period. There's so much damage to this relationship from all counts, from both of you, of you too, but also outside sources, family, friends, and also magic. So, we can deal with other things, but when it comes to the spiritual in the window, it doesn't allow for something to be fruitful. Okay, other things have to be done in order to revoke certain things, and other things have to be done besides that in order to accommodate any relationship given this way. And then there has to be a sit down between these two people to see face to face the energy, if they're willing to go the whole road, into this. He's not the type to do it, I can tell you that. um and his main concern and the purpose why he's doing a lot of these things, I want to say 50-50 in it, is because he wants you to get him off of some type of payment that he's doing, okay, to you. And that is his main concern. I think that his family are pushing constantly. Don't be a fool. Don't let. I keep hearing a phrase that they use. It's a vulgar phrase. Don't let something about pantalones. What is that phrase that they're using? Don't let the. I keep hearing nawas. I am not, Mexican or nothing like that, but I keep hearing nawas. Don't let the nawas take over, or I keep hearing a nasty slang in there. Okay, that they're letting him know. Like, let's say, don't be pussy whipped. Okay, apologize to my viewers. It is what it is. You never know what you're gonna get on a reading. Normally, what happens on a reading, it is the energy of the peoples that we're reading that come forth, and so therefore I myself don't know what's coming out. Maybe a language, maybe a phrase, a feeling, etc. It is what it is, and I apologize. If you want to, this is a truth. This is a reading that it talks about in all generals. I never know what's going to happen. So, for one. So anyhow, I feel that this, and there's two women in particular that are looking right at this relationship between you and him. Okay, he have always run to them for their rescue, and he doesn't, because of that, they have a leeway to him and to his life. But also, he has not been able to stand up to them and say, I love this woman and da da da. If he were to have said that, then they would lower themselves down and be more at ease with you. But because he does not know how to give you that respect that you deserve, okay? He doesn't. He is almost like a mama's boy kind of energy that has not grown to be a man, to be a father, to be a husband. Has not, and I don't see him doing so. I apologize, but I do not see him doing so. Does he loves you? I feel there is one question that I must answer to you, whether you asked or not. He does not want to admit to me that he loves you. Okay? So I go around it and I look. He still have love for you, but he is not in love. It sounds confusing, but it is. What I see with this is, and again, because of everything that you and him have gone through in this relationship, has soured so many things. Okay, and there might be a possibility that is still there on a verge of being standstill with those feelings, and probably, and I'm gonna go as far to say that most likely, when his siblings and anybody else that has done rituals on you, if you have done rituals on him, probably so, his family most likely, and other people most likely, we see a lot of coming in and out with rituals for years to come here that they were done from everyone in this relationship, okay, for a very long time. And so one of those could have struck or have been for hate and fall out of love kind of situation between you two. So for me to see that and say that, is it means that, is there a possibility that you can revive that love out of this person? um yes, but it would have a lot of work to do, a lot of spiritual work, and it would have to be uh more than one ritual mixed in there, like a good composition, because again, I feel that he is not completely faithful to you, because we also see someone else in the picture right off the back, which is it shows as a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio female. Okay. Um, and this is someone that is energetically opposite from you, someone that shows more compelling, more nurturing, more loving. That doesn't mean that they are, but it could be a manipulative energy, but it shows in that type of way. It shows someone that can listen for hours to this person. Okay. And she may not be that way. Maybe she shows that way to him because she knows what he's needing, but it shows in that energy. Um, so I definitely feel that for as long as you continue being with him in the way that you are, it tells me that he will continue to do so, be back and forth in your life. And any man that he sees coming around at you, he's going to either threaten or fight or just say something stupid. Again, it's immature. But to each his own. Some people like that. It is what it is. Some people like that type of attention. Some people think that that's love. It is not, but um, and again, so, because we do see, an interference of another man in your life later on while you're in and out with this person. If you think that he is not going to find out what you're doing, yes, he will. Okay. He might say he doesn't care who you see, or I heard him say the word F. Um, you know, but he does. Okay. So on the long haul, if there are no changes between you and him, then he will continue doing this, and then he will get with somebody else, and most likely it will be more serious with that other person while he is in and out of your life without her knowing at first. Um, and I don't know what he does if he works. If he works, he's actually making good money, probably under the table, and not expressing or not saying everything that he makes. But I see him making good change. Okay? Whatever it is that he does, he's making good change. he's still not out of the woods yet when it comes to legal things. So I'm not sure if he has any legal issues pending right now, but we don't see him out of the woods with legal issues. So if he is per se now out of the woods with legal situations, then most likely between now and next year he will get into legal issues again. Okay. Um, I want to say that depending what he does between now and a year, he might go back and do some time. Okay. It might even be for a long haul. So he's trying not to. He says he's never going back. So that's to see later on. But yeah, um, that means that if he doesn't go back, if when someone says I will never go back, no matter what, then it could go both ways. But depending what he's in trouble for, will also be the demise. Um. Now, who does he live with? If he lives with family, he might think to move in with a roommate, maybe a guy, a man. Or if he feels that he will be more comfortable, more inclined to, I think it has crossed him to live with you. And again, very slim. And only because the moments it crossed his thoughts is because he feels that it would be very convenient to do so. But if you are living, with someone, then that could be the reason why he's not doing it. So, because I'm almost getting like a confused energy with him. I'm in and out. I'm in and out. So it means that he's in and out with his energy. Now, do I wonder, does he get high? Because I keep hearing relaxed. I'm all like, ugh, in the land kind of thing. Like I'm not considering the consequences of things. So I'm in a stage of where, you know, who gives a fuck kind of thing. Okay, so I don't know if it's you or him, but you will of course email me and let me know, or text me and let me know, does he get high? Because when he's in that frame of mind is when he's in a happy land and he has thoughts of, I could move in, only because he feels again that he can control his environment with you. Okay, so it would be beneficial to him, but would it be beneficial to you is my other question. That would be for you to see. um it doesn't mean that it can be done for a short period of time. All I'm saying is, based on how I'm seeing his energy, based on how he's thinking, based on how he's mobilizing his emotions, his feelings, and what life is to him now. Like, I need to do this because it's convenient for him, because he needs to do it for himself, not for you, not for your children, not for anybody else, but for him. So therefore, you have to go within yourself and say, is it convenient for me and for my children? Is it the best thing for him to come back around? Only you know these shoes. I feel it, I see it, but only you know. Okay? Because why? You have to do, when you're tired of walking in those shoes, then you're going to be ready to take them off and dump them. Right? Okay. Uh, so, um, he seems to have this 3 companies kind of friendship with 2 other guys that are very close to him. I would think that he would have to be very cautious with who these are. I feel that one of them will go downhill, most likely pass. uh, because of the whatever it is that they do for activities or work or whatever it is. I don't know, but we definitely see some trouble coming in their way, and so and I wonder if he will be, riding along with them, probably so. So, or they're doing something like a payback to somebody else, and so therefore we see one of them getting hurt. Okay. um and again, his energy shows very immature for me at this time. His health also is not in the best way. So again, I don't know if he does any kind of recreational drugs or any kind of medications or any kind of drinking, because we're seeing some type of a health issue in his energy as well. Okay. Now I forgot to look at his year. It doesn't matter, but it's what we see. Um, uh, what else can I tell you when it comes to him? Hmm. You know, I'm gonna say this: when you know that this person has this type of personality, um, maybe there's a different way that you can play it, because or manipulate it, because you can't play fire with fire, right? You can't fight fire with fire, so you have to, how do you fight the fire? With water. So maybe if you become more, yeah, manipulative, if you want to call it that, why not? uh because again, I feel that you care for him still, and I'm gonna have to say that you and his energy are very similar to the love situation. You care for him still, but you're not that in love like you used to be in the beginning. You've dissipated that love, and I feel that you're doing it more because of the family factor. And trust me, it is not the best decision when you're doing something for your children. If your children are seeing bad examples, then it's not. Absolutely not, because you're dramatizing them for the long haul in their life. It's better to be the parent that you want to be for them. And, sometimes, and most of the time, a single parent is a better fit parent than two parents that are struggling, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know what I mean, to not get into any details. Um, but, you know, um, I just feel that sometimes you want to find a way to fix this person, and there's many ways to start with that, and that is to be manipulative as they are. Be emotional bound to his energy when he's alone, and instead of picking up and arguing and fighting and screaming, there are other ways to let the men conceive what you want them to do. Um, and so yes, sweet talk, and again, use your intimacy levels to get what you want. um all I can say is that at the time of you doing anything or saying anything, if he's not looking at you in the face when you're asking him something, if he's looking down or sideways, then trust me on this, he's not telling you the truth. Or he will not do as you ask. Okay. uh so but there are a number of situations that you can do to soften the energy, including, okay, there are a number of rituals for that as well. But in my situation, when I've seen circumstances in like yours, it's very, very heavy to advise the client, because his energy is so in an anger phase and so in a negative side that is it becomes hard to treat. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of different type of rituals. Okay. And it becomes costly, no doubt about it. But when one needs and the will to do so, then there is a way. Okay. I apologize. It must be, yeah, Yeah, well, they can't shut me out. I will always say what I need to say. There is no shutting me out. I will always speak the truth, and I will always say the truth, and I will always be defending by the higher power. The power of three, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah, this person is very much so in the dark energy. So they don't want me to continue saying everything that he is. I wonder, does he have a tattoo of the Santa or a different type of similar tattoo? Let me know. I keep seeing a tattoo. That would be a whole different subject, I can tell you that now. Because nothing lasts forever. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to focus more on you. How about that? Of course, he will probably come through in the readings, but let's focus more on you, okay? To see this young man and his name wants to pop out of my mouth in the video. Oh my Lord. Let's see. Let's see. On the long haul, if you will be kind, angels, guardian of. What do we see coming in for her? Career-wise, financial-wise, love. Let's see. Oh my Lord. I think that you still want to do the best that you can to, it's almost like saying the last haul, you know, to see if you can actually, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's almost like being in a marriage, you know, when certain clients come in and say, you know, my marriage, da da da. So I always let them know, before you decide to let go of a relationship, make sure you've tried 110%. You've given it all, you've done it all. And that way, when it's time to let go, there is no regrets and you move freely and willingly from the person and its energy. So you close that karma basically, and you don't have to be interfering with it in this life and possibly more in the next other lives. So it's almost like how I'm seeing this for you. For the closest future, it doesn't give us an approximately time, but it definitely gives us a change of your work environment. It may even be from the position that you're in to the next one, or simply a different job later on. And we also see in some type of movement of your home as well later on. Okay. We're also seeing, yes, that water sign next to the Libra. Okay. We're also seeing him not being happy and content, but going through, yeah. Again, we see number of choices for you when it comes to intimacy, if you choose to. I feel that for me, as I see this, is almost like a split energy, like your his energy and yours energy. It tells me his side and it tells me your side, kind of, which is kind of odd, almost like I'm done and separate, you know. But we see the Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Rising male with you, if you choose that one. Later on, we also see a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Rising for you. be vice versa, but we see two energies coming forward. On the long run, yeah, I think that the Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, and Rising, it's a little bit more fitting for you. Okay, we're ending. Okay, yes. For the long haul, it may even be at the end of this year, between now at the end of this year into next year. You never know. It may even be in May. You never know. As long as the energy stays the same, then it stays the same. But if the client decides to change and shift something about itself, then that, trust me on this, it will change in less greater time than what it is here. So what it also entails is that on the long haul, you will be ending this back and forth situation between you and this Libra. Okay? On the long haul, it says to me that that love is no longer there, or that you decide to put your foot down and say, I'm done and being over with. And I say you because we said that it was going to be for you, this last spread. He would, there will be this other woman in his life that will be more uh, in his daily basis kind of thing, maybe even living with her, and probably, even marrying this woman if he hasn't, or if he, and I keep saying married because it gives me the face of saying that they are married, but they might not be, or they're lying about it, or whatever may be the case later on. But we're seeing that. We are just seeing him with somebody else, period. Okay. If you want to know more about that when it happens, then of course we can check that out. But for now, I feel that the universe is letting me know that concentrate on her, for her. Because we already know that for you, it has to do a lot with him and his energy and what he's out and about. Okay. So that is why I'm saying it. But, you know, when he starts doing these things, I think that it may not take all that for you to start having that love within you to say, I would have a better life without this person, because you will. You will have a better life without this person. When you start having a better life without him, he is going to be feeling more rage. He is going to be feeling more angry about himself. And why is that? Because when he cannot have what he wants, it's when normally people intend to realize that they are in love with the person. So if you need to use that to move forward, so be it. Do it. Use it. But for you, is letting me know that you're going to have a better life once you get out of this energy. Okay? You will have someone that will love you and feel like a karmic situation in your life. So it is another spirit, another soul connection that you're having with somebody else. And can you live with that person? Yes. Can you marry that person? Absolutely yes, if you want to in the future. Okay? There is someone out there. And I have to say that he will have good source of income. Okay? He will have a way to make money, have money. So I'm not sure what he's going to be doing. Could it be like remodeling, construction of some sort, or I don't know. But it gives me someone that is going to be providing for you in the long haul later on. So if of course, money does not make you happy, but it does not fulfill you completely, but it can make you happy to an extent, right? And if you are in love with someone that is only abusing you, using you, and not giving in to everything else, then what the hell? Why not go for what makes you happy? In the long haul, you can actually learn to love and care for somebody else. It is what it is. But I feel that this will be a better path for you in all circumstances. It's going to take a lot of load off of you, and of course of your children as well. And it's going to be someone that's going to want to care for you, And so why not? And also care for your children. Absolutely, why not? A lot of the times, a single parent, I always advise them, think for your children and not for you, because we come second after we have children. think about their well-being. Think about, can they respect, can you love the children? And I will give you this, when I was single, I had let this person know that he would not be seeing or meeting my children for 6 months. And no one was allowed to see my children unless I knew that this was going somewhere. And I always let them know, if you can find yourself blind, would you trust, confide, and love in my children as your own? If you can love my children, then you have my love. If you can respect my children, you will have my respect. And that's what I did, and I am lucky now. So you need to set the standard, is what I'm saying, sweetie. You need to set the standard high, because you deserve to be in the pedal. You deserve to be up there. Okay? Confident, you're beautiful, you're smart, you have so much going for you, and you have a lot more. I can tell you that. Also, right now you're dabbling into the things that you're dabbling, so they're letting me know that you're probably going to shift that to something else later on. And again, beauty comes to mind, so I'm anything to do with beauty. It could a number of things, okay? And it could be very fruitful for you as well on the long haul. Everything is a positive if you believe and trust in it and follow it, okay? Nothing, sometimes in the beginning we struggle to go up, but then when we're up, we're staying there, okay? It is a May is very, very energetic for a lot of shift and change in our energies, and Saturn moving, and etc. We have a lot of planets that are taking actions in different forms, different ways. So you have to take advantage of that. We have a moon in Scorpio on the 12th. I would advise you by any means, to do some affirmations that are positive and fruitful for you in the long haul. But also, when you are ready to have this shift of energy with any relationship, including this person, when you're wanting to manifest something that is good for you, or to start discarding, all these negative energies out of your way, make sure that you get a spiritual cleansing, so you can start detaching from negative energy. If it's meant for you, it will stay a lot longer, or confirm, change or shift the energy, okay? If it's meant for you. If not, it will start detaching from you, okay? That is the benefit, one of the benefits to spiritual cleansing, that it helps you start detaching from anything or anyone that is not serving to you, to the vessel, to your body, into your spirit. And so therefore the energies start detaching, okay? And I definitely advise you to do that according to what we've seen today's reading. Also, what I want to say to you, dear, is that you've been through a whole lot in your life since you've been my client for a few years now. And I will say that, yes, I am hard to you, because it's how their energies, spirits are letting me know to be with you. I have to be that tough parent for you in order for you to start moving up and start gravitating and seeing what you're worth. Do you understand? And it's what I feel that you are needing at the time. It is not that I am punishing you, that I am judging you in any ways, in any means. Like I said, I am not the one to do so. It is because I see your worth. It is because I see your potentials. You understand? So I need you to say, okay, I got this shit. Let's go. Okay? Once you start seeing what you got, baby, you're gonna see that this man is gonna be like, oh, she's sleeping away. Sometimes our partner does not change because we're not changing, or we're not being firm with what we're saying we're gonna do, and we just say it, but we're still in the same stuck situation, right? But when they see us going about doing this change, then they know that you mean business. Okay. It's just like a child. You bake the cookies, and the parent tells the child, do not get the cookies because they are warm. You have to wait. So she leaves the kitchen, and then the child comes, sneaks away, and gets a cookie, and the mother sees it and she smiles, you know, and lets the baby eat the cookie, right? But then the kid comes again when the cookies are ready to go, and like nothing. So it sounds sweet, but that is the beginning of what the children can be because they start learning how to be manipulative. Okay. So if the parent would have said, uh, call out the child's name and said, so and so, do not touch the cookies because they're hot and you're gonna get burned. You need to wait till they're cool, and I will let you know within 5 minutes if they're ready or not. Then, with that firm tone, with the explanation of why, and that firm tone, then the child will stay away, sit in the couch and wait, and then say, Mom, are the cookies ready? Trust me on that. You're giving the great example to that child. So I don't know if it happened because I'm seeing that. Maybe somebody's going through that right now, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay, it is what it is. So we're going to say that in today's reading, was it a positive reading for you? I feel that it is a yes, because on the long haul, we see some positive things coming for you. We actually see you maintaining your sources of income coming from whatever it is that he's supposed to, do or pay, but also coming from your work environment, and also coming from later on in life with uh, the root the resources from another partner that you will have later on in life. It's here to serve that purpose, but it can slip away if you're not wanting it to. Okay. So there we go. Definitely keep going with what you're going from home, and keep the other job, and I would definitely give it a try, and take it. Why not? You need to be up there where the gods want you to be, up high. Okay. And it doesn't hurt to try. At least you try. Okay. And of course, we'll be in touch, and I wish you the very, very best, my dear. Love and light to you and to yours, and to all of you today's watching. Love and light, send you hugs and kisses to all of you. If you're interested, I am Margot Tarot Reader. Email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com. Facebook, Margot Your Tarot Reader. And I'll be happy to help you, your loved ones, or anyone that you wish to send this way. Love and light. Thank you.